In this corner, we got Filthy, fighting out of Front Royal, Virginia.
Bitch, I put that shit on. Baby say she love my drill. As soon as I hop out the wheel, yo bitch gon' disappear.
Welcome to the Filthy UFC Belgrade full card breakdown. Wanted to give you some results from the UFC Abu Dhabi. We did have one loss with Mike Davis tied in with a few other things. I'll also put that on the screen, but wanted to let you know the winner that we had that was successful. We had in the Dustin Jacoby versus Saeed fight. Will the fight go the distance? We had no. We had Walter Walker by submission. That was real easy. Magomed Zanakayov. That was a great fight. Both guys put it all out there. And then we had Ramazan Tamirov. I told y'all, I thought he should have been the favorite. Looks like I was right about that one. Let's go on with the Belgrade, Serbia full card breakdown. And the first fight, it looks like you have Mariana Spasic taking on Stephanie Luciano. This one, this is kind of a tough one. I think women's UFC is a little tougher than men's in my personal opinion. I would lean Luciano. I think she has more experience. I wouldn't bet it because Spasic is a Serbian, and I do think that this one goes to the judges' scorecard, however it plays out. I would probably look at an over 2.5 in my personal opinion. Or I would take the dog in this one because I think it's a lot closer than a minus 300 or a plus 230. I will have to side with Luciano. I do think she's the better fighter. It just worries me, fighting in someone's hometown. And then the fight going to the card, she's going to have the crowd rooting for her. So personally, I'd stay away from that one, but I lean Luciano. Then in the next one, you have Javan Leka taking on Pupric, sorry. I would definitely have to side with Leka in this one. He's a good young prospect. Kind of shifty on the feet for someone that's a heavyweight. He's also a natural heavyweight, where Pupric was fighting in light heavyweight for a while. I think this one could be close, but I definitely think Leka gets the better of the exchanges, and I think it plays out on the feet for the most part. Even if Leka were to get taken down, I see where he would be able to get back up to his feet easily, in my opinion. So give me Leka in that one. Then you got Nina Milosovich taking on Haley Cohen. This is one where I don't really think the odds make sense based off of Milosovich, the opponents that she's faced. She has a really good record. I know she has a long amateur record of like 12 fights. She does seem to be pretty decent. I just don't know because of the competition that she's faced. Where, Cohen, she's faced the higher level competition. But I know she is 0-3 since being in the UFC. I would have to side with the younger chick, Milosovich, in this one, but it's also a minus 400. Maybe look for the fight to go the distance or a round prop in this one. Then in the next one, you got Rebecki taking on Preolik. And this one, I think Rebecki definitely wins this one. It does worry me a little bit because, you know, Rebecki has taken a bunch of damage. The scar tissue on his face is a little messed up, kind of like Nate Diaz back in the day, where, you know, he starts leaking early. But I don't think that Preolik is going to be good enough to make him, you know, get all bloody and cut up. So I would have to definitely side with Rebecki in this one. Then in the next one, you got Dennis Bazookia taking on Grad. And this one, I don't see how you bet this one unless you take the underdog, Bazookia. That's what I'm going to do in this one. I think this will play out on the feet and will be an all-out war. Both guys, you know, they're kind of on losing streaks. I think Bazookia is really going to try hard to get this win, and I think he gets it. I think there's going to be some wild exchanges in this one, and I trust Bazookia a little bit more with the striking, and if it plays out on the feet, I think he will be the one to hurt Grad. At times, Grad does show that he's a little vulnerable on defense. So give me Bazookia. I'm going to side with the underdog. Then in the next one, you got Elliot taking on Michael Alivera. Alivera, up to this point, I don't think he's really been tested. A lot of first round finishes, and then here recently he's had a few, you know, go into the later rounds, and he's still won. I do think Elliot is a good test for him, but I'm going to say that he passes the test and gets the W. I don't know if this one will make it out of the first round, but if it does, I think that's when Elliot could have some success. Or if he was able to take him down. Alivera has shown that, you know, he really just likes to stand and strike. I don't know if he has much of a ground game. I'm sure he works on it, of course, because he's a UFC fighter. But I don't think he likes to be there. But give me Alivera in this one. Then you got Ludovic Klein taking off Tofik Masayev. And this one, I think this is a very close fight. I really do. Masayev, he has a lot of power on the feet. Not really the best striker, but he does possess a lot of power. He can definitely hurt you. And I think Klein is more of a slick boxer. He has a little bit better striking. And if it plays out on the feet, I would see that he's the one that hurts Masayev. As long as he can keep it on the feet. I know Masayev does have a little bit of a ground game. But I'm a side with Klein in this one. Then you have a fight, Milos Janic taking on Noah Gugman. This fight is at even pick'em odds, minus 113 for both guys. I think Janic is the better fighter. He's also faced a higher level of competition. I do think Noah Gugman is pretty good, but I don't think this should be at even odds. I think Janic should be like a minus 150 favorite, minus 130 favorite, something like that. I definitely have to lean with him, but I would not be surprised if either guy won this fight. Give me Milos Janic, and I'm going to say that this one goes the distance. And the next one, you got Vlasto Chepo taking on Gilbert Yerbana. I really think the UFC is trying to set this fight up for Chepo. It being in his home country, it's his debut. He's also facing a guy who's been knocked out several times. Not going to take a lot of time on this one. Give me Chepo, and I'm going to say it's either a first round or second round KO or TKO. If you look at the tape on this guy, I mean, he runs in there like Mike Tyson, and I really just don't see a path to victory for Yerbana. He's kind of there to be hit. And the next one, you got Tortovich taking on Robert Valentine. Neither guy is very good. I trust Valentine's defense a little bit more than what I do Tortovich. And I think if someone were to be hurt in this fight, I do think it's Dusko. So give me Robert Valentine. I also will say this is a very close one. I'm not sure if I will be betting this one myself without knowing the most about either guy. It seems kind of coin flippy to me. Yeah, I don't think I'll bet that one. Then you have Alexander Rockic taking on Marcin Tybura. I think Rockic has definitely faced a lot higher level competition. We really thought the ceiling for this guy was to be the champion, and it just never really turned out that way. He did have some really impressive wins. Here lately, neither guy has really looked that good. But I'm going to side with Rockic on the fact of he's faced a lot tougher competition. And Tybura, he's definitely there to get hit. I also question his cardio. I don't think it's the best. Then it brings you to the co-main event. You have Jan Bakawixs taking on Navajo Sterling. This is a really tough one to call. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been a big fan of Jan Bakawixs. You know, when I seen him knock out some of my favorite fighters or beat them, I was like, how do you not like this guy? He had that impressive win over Israel Adesanya when Adesanya looked like he was unbeatable and was going for the double champ status. And then at the same time, you know, Navajo Sterling, he is a very young, promising prospect. I didn't really like him at first when he started fighting, but he definitely grew on me. I think this one will play out on the feet. I think Jan knows, you know, that's his chance to hurt Sterling. I don't think he'd be able to get it off if they were down on the ground. I think Sterling's too technical. But at first I wanted to just take Jan Bakawixs because of what I had seen in that Kutilaba fight. Where Sterling came out, he kind of looked a little sluggish and lost the first round. But then he turned it around very quickly. Looked like Kutilaba emptied the tank and didn't have anything left. And then Sterling just smothered him and made it look pretty easy. Bakawixs is also 43 years old. It's kind of hard for me to pick somebody that's that age, but I will say at the odds, I do lean Bakawixs' way. I'm going to pick Sterling to win the fight, but if I were to bet it, I would probably take Jan because I just don't believe he should be a plus 255 underdog, in my opinion. And then you have the main event, which is Euros Medic taking on Daniel Rodriguez. And this one, it's kind of tough to pick Rodriguez based off of the fact that he's been in jail for the last 8 months. I think he was only allowed to train like 2 days a week or something like that, I read, which is kind of crazy. You know, most UFC fighters, boxers, even at the amateur level, a lot of those guys, they train 3 to 4, maybe 5 days a week. And, you know, to be at that level and only get 2 days of training a week is kind of crazy. Now, I don't know how long he was able to train for. And then Medic, he's also shown that, you know, if you keep it on the feet with him, that he can get you in real trouble. A lot of his matchups where he didn't do very well was against people that was able to threaten the takedown and have him on the ground, tire him out, where I don't think Daniel Rodriguez would be able to do that. He might be able to take him down, but I don't know if he'll be able to keep it there. So stylistically, I think this is a very tough matchup for Daniel Rodriguez, and then it makes it a little bit tougher, you know, knowing that he was in jail for 8 months. So I'm definitely going to have to side with Medic in this one. But Daniel Rodriguez, he's definitely a very exciting fighter. I would not be surprised if he was able to pull off the win, but I don't see it happening in this one. And that about does it for the card, folks. I really appreciate all of you folks following me, liking, and subscribing. Hopefully, we can keep getting some dubs. Thanks a lot to everyone, and God bless.
Bitch, I put that shit on. Baby say she love my drill. Soon as I hop out the wheel, yo